Kreative TV. Yo, people, what's good? What's good? I'm your boy Jazz, and this is another reaction segment. It's a little more different here. We're talking about, well, it's directed to you ladies. First off, I have a question I want to ask you. Are men really intimidated? That's the question. You know, I'll leave that there and let you decide. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this content, by all means, please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Don't make me have to beg. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to go into this clip here and let me know what you think. Let's go.
One of the questions that keeps coming up is are men intimidated by fill in the blank types of women? Strong women, independent women, successful women, you name it. And the truth is this: most men in general are intimidated by women that are above average and know that they're above average. And both are equally important. I'll explain that in just a minute. But it's not so much even the woman that's intimidating. It's the things in a man that has to change, that has to grow and develop in order to love that woman correctly. You know, the bad habits he has to break, the indulgences of the world he has to detach from, all of that. And when I'm talking about an above average woman, I'm not using metrics like her looks or body count or kids or whatever. I'm more so looking at the ways that she's invested into herself, like to become the version of that she is now, the ways that she's denied herself. Because one big misconception is that good women, or whoever we consider as good, they don't have the same temptations and urges as the average woman or everybody else. And that's not the truth, at least in my experience. I found that exceptional women, hell, they get horny by guys that they find attractive, just like the next woman, but they have a different standard on their body. So not just anybody can get access to them. You know, those like exceptional women, they want to let that X back in because familiarity, it breeds comfort. But they know that they deserve better than the same old bullshit again. You know, exceptional women, they also want to be friends with more people than just 2 or 3. They want a bigger circle. They want more people they can call whenever they want to have fun. But they can't let just anybody in their circle because they don't want to pollute their energy. So they set different types of boundaries. They want to go out every weekend too. Maybe not to the club, but they want to go have fun. But they lock in on their goals and they focus because they're trying to break generational curses of poverty and so on. Like that type of woman, who she is on a personal level and what she brings to a relationship makes her above average. And you cannot bring mediocrity to that type of woman and receive king treatment in return. And every man wants to be treated like a king. But you can only bring mediocrity in terms of broken promises, inconsistency, in terms of few and far between dates, in terms of trash dick, in terms of no creativity, in terms of blurred lines of respect in a relationship. You can only bring that to a woman and receive king treatment if that woman is average or above average and does not know that she's above average. Or as the cliche goes, she doesn't know her worth, because that type of woman is not going to hold a man accountable for that. She feels like she can't get better outside of him. She feels like if she don't have him, she'll never achieve her relationship goals. Nobody else is going to want her, etc. So as for like an above average type of woman, the only man that can handle her, and by handle I mean elevate her, because that's what he's going to be looking to do, is a man that welcomes challenges in his life. The challenge that she will come with. Why? Because he's already been challenging himself while he was single. He's already been growing and dying to his old self. He's already been on the exact same type of time, you know, waiting and preparing for the right one, the same way that the woman that is above average and knows that she's above average, to the point he's gotten bored with what the dating scene offers in terms of the typical woman. Now, that type of man and what he's attracted to, what he's looking for, what mentally piques his interest and stimulates him, if you want to know all about that, I go in full detail about it in my book, Don't Forget Your Crown. And the sale that I extended for 50% off is going on still, but it ends soon. So click the link in the caption if you haven't yet. But all in all, instead of looking at, you know, what kind of woman a man is intimidated by, because that's not always so obvious, I say look more so at what a man is excited by. That's going to tell you equally as much about him. And if you come across a man that is excited by voids in a woman, the type of voids that you don't have, so those women get attention that you don't get, then understand this: that type of man is only going to come into that woman's life and make that void even bigger. He's going to make himself at home in that void because he attaches the value of his presence directly to the pain that he can cause her based on her brokenness that was there before he even got there, as opposed to a real man that attaches the value of his presence to the way that he can align with a woman's purpose, because that's what he plans on pushing her closer to. So if you're the type of woman that's intimidating men, don't trip. You ain't missing shit that you need in your life. I promise you. Now, let me know what you think in the comments. And again, don't forget your Crown book is 50% off for a limited time only at the link in the caption. But I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Consistently, we hear women suggest that men are intimidated by them. I think this is the biggest load of horseshit I've ever heard in my life. And as much as, what are you, like 5'3", 5'4"? Okay, so you're 5'4", and why would anyone be intimidated by you?
I don't mean like physically intimidated.
No, it's
maybe they feel they don't have something to offer me because I can provide that for myself.
It's a metaphor. You're 5'4", you're a woman. You making more money doesn't make you more or less intimidating.
I think it's really hard sometimes for women to understand that men are not attracted to the same thing. Men are not attracted to our education or the amount of degrees that we have or even how much money we make. Most straight, cis, heterosexual men, that doesn't really do anything for them. It's like a nice to have maybe, but it's not what moves them. They're moved by pretty simple things. What is it? Fit, feminine, friendly? It's pretty clear. But it's so interesting that so often I, will listen to women, hear women, and we'll be leading with the very things that we're attracted to, right? We're leading with our education. We're leading with our job. We're leading with our accolades. We're leading with the fact that we're hard workers or we're ambitious or we're business minded, all the things that we're attracted to. But for some reason, there is this misunderstanding or this assumption that men and women are looking for the same things, and they're just really not. And I think so many women get upset or get frustrated when they don't necessarily have the results they want, or they don't understand why they don't get that call, or they have a hard time just interacting with men. And quite frankly, I think that is a big thing that we can do sometimes. We can lead with our careers and our education. We have the assumption that men are looking for the same things that we are, and they're not. They don't really care. When they say they just want a fit, feminine, friendly women, a lot of them, that's as deep as it goes. And I know it may sound so shallow. We may think it's so shallow, or we may think it's so, misogynistic, however it may be. But at the end of the day, it's like men and women really are wired differently. And I think instead of being upset or assuming that men want the same thing we do or attracted to the same thing that we are as women, I think it's better off to just actually listen to what they're saying. And we'll find out that it's probably a lot easier than we think.
You said that, correct me if I'm wrong too, because we've been rambling on for a little bit. You said that also, you said men are intimidated by a woman like you. How did you construct that? You said something about a man being intimidated by an independent woman like you.
Jeez, I'm scared I'm going to get cut for this. As a woman, I'm entitled for everything. Just like how you feel like you're entitled to say something, so am I. I'm an independent woman. I make money. I do what I need to do. Men are truly bothered by it, because when it happens to that, they want to provide for a woman, because that's what men are supposed to do. They're supposed to provide for a woman. So when a woman already has everything,
that's when they feel intimidated.
That's when they feel intimidated. So when I'm over here and I want to pay for his, I want to pay for my, I want to do this, and I want to pick up something by myself, it intimidates them. They want a girl that doesn't do anything, so they can get her pregnant and keep getting her pregnant and have kids and feel like he's king. Okay. So no, I disagree. I'm sorry.
Got it. Well, it wasn't a disagree. I wanted to know your statement. I didn't even say anything, so it's nothing to disagree about. So your argument is men feel intimidated by you because they naturally want to protect and provide for women. So when they see a woman like you, that's independent and doing all of these things and don't need a man, then they start to feel intimidated and insecure.
They cheat. Yeah,
and they would cheat because of that?
Yeah. Yeah. What? Oh my God. What? They get so intimidated by it, and they want a girl that's like, oh, can you buy me this and can you buy me that? Because they know that when I come home, I'm going to cook, I'm going to clean, I'm going to have the house ready, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that. All you have to do is lay down and what? That's all you have to do.
Let me ask you a question, Jack.
Please.
Did you ever have a man that was successful enough to, pay the bills and take care of everything, where you didn't have to work and working was elective for you?
Yes, and it mentally killed me, because I am an independent woman and I was not raised that way.
Okay,
I want to put my 50 in as well.
So you had a man like that, and did you have a man that wasn't financially successful and you had to go 50-50?
Yes.
You did have, so you had both type of guys.
I've had every type.
Okay.
Yes.
So the reason why you think that the man is intimidated by you, so one, I'll say this. A man is incapable of feeling insecure or intimidated by a woman because men are naturally, from a biological standpoint, a woman is not a man's competition. And also, men have authority over a woman from a biological standpoint. We are just physically stronger than you. We wield the physical force, right?
But not men have many manly figures to do that and be that figure.
Yep. Let me finish, right? So men, naturally, what I'm saying is, we are incapable of feeling intimidated or insecure by an independent woman that's out there chasing a bag. Because, one, like I said, from a biological standpoint, we have authority over the woman. And then also, the reason why you feel that way and you think it in your mind is because subconsciously you view the man as less. When you get a man that's maybe not working as hard and not providing the bag, or when you get a man that is providing the bag, but he's lacking in other areas, right? Maybe he's inadequate in other areas. You look at that man as less subconsciously. So then you think that he's insecure based off your financial success. But in reality, you're just projecting. So a man, I'm telling you, a man is incapable of feeling insecure. You are just projecting your view of the man. Maybe he's a beta. Maybe he's lacking in this and lacking in that. So you already view that man as less. So then you're projecting how you view him, and you think that that's how he views you. But in reality, a man is incapable of viewing a woman. A man is incapable of being insecure or intimidated by a woman because a woman isn't competition for a man. There's no competition. You can't compete for a man.
I disagree. I actually think that some men are actually very jealous of women because of their independence. So just like how a lot of men want women to be like their mothers, where how their mothers are independent and take care of them and they want them to cook and clean, it's the same exact concept. So when they actually get that woman, because they want their woman to be just like their mother for some strange reason, when they finally get that woman, then they're intimidated by it, because then they're like, damn, she's doing this and she's doing that.
I'll tell you what they are. They're not intimidated.
Hold on, because I let you talk. I'm not looking down at any man for doing any of that, because believe it or not, as a woman, I'm a nurturer. So if you're down, if you don't have a job, or if you don't have this or have that, I'm going to help you until you have it. But when I do that, that's when that man gets intimidated, and that's when he steps back and says, damn, I'm going to go cheat on a girl that I can go buy McDonald's with. So I disagree.
I'll tell you what that man is. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by... No, listen.
Whatever. That's how it happens.
He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman.
Exactly. That's competition. I'm sorry. You feel some... That's your ego.
Competition.
That's your ego feeling some type of way because a woman is making either more than you, or she's coming home and cooking you and you don't even know how to cook. You're a man. How you don't know how to cook?
Let's flip it so it makes sense, right? So let's flip it so it makes sense and kind of pay attention, right? So... you just said that, well, I said that a man isn't intimidated. He's annoyed by a woman that's out there doing you're supposed to be a woman. Chill at home, cook some food, and relax. Why are you out there doing so much? We don't look for that.
I'm a human being. I'm not a submissive woman.
Jax,
I'm a human being.
Yep, one mic at a time. I'll let you speak. Even when you said it.
You're right.
So let's have the discourse, right? So I said something and I said, well, a man doesn't want to date another man. And you said, exactly. He doesn't want to date another man, so he's intimidated. Let me ask you a question. And so the reason why I'm saying that a man doesn't want to date another man is because that woman, a woman like you that's independent boss babe, she took on characteristic traits of a man, like being non-agreeable, being assertive, and being dominant, right? Which is all A-type personality traits, which is a naturally masculine trait, right? So when a woman takes on that trait, he doesn't, it's like, ew, you're like a man now. So it's annoying. It's not intimidating, and it's not, and he's not insecure by you. So now let's flip it, right? Let's say if you got with a man and he was very flamboyant and he didn't have any ambition and he was very agreeable. Like he was a yes man. Yes, baby, whatever you want, you can get this. He had no backbone. Would you feel intimidated by that man?
No.
If he was
Checkmate.
Wait,
Stop it. Stop it. No, stop it. I'm listening. No, stop it real quick. No, I got you. Listen. Stop it real quick. I'm going to ask you again and I need a question. I need an answer to the question.
Okay, do it. Repeat
Got
it. Repeat it.
If a man, I just said that, and you said that I'm going to say it again so you actually understand it. When a man, I said that a man doesn't want to date a woman that's acting like a man when she takes on more masculine traits. And you said, well, that's because he's intimidated and he's insecure, right? Got it. Now, let's flip it. I'm saying that if you're dating a man and he took on woman traits and he's acting flamboyant, he's real agreeable, like, yeah, baby, whatever you want. He's very feminine acting. Would you feel insecure or intimidated?
No.
Okay, stop it right there. Stop it. No, stop it. Stop it right there. No, stop it. Stop it.
No, if you're
stop it right there. No, stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear.
If you're
Listen,
a
let me
man
make the point. Just stop it.
that wants to 50-50 with me.
Jax, stop it. Stop it. Please, for the conversation to be concise. You need to listen, right? So you can pick up some game real quick. You just admitted that for the man side, he would be an insecure man, and he would be insecure man by taking on
I just said
with the woman.
nurturing.
Stop it. Listen real quick. With the woman taking on traits as a man, you would call that man insecure, right? And intimidated by the woman. But when a man takes on traits as another woman, you wouldn't call that man insecure. You wouldn't feel insecure or intimidated by that man. That's checkmate. Think about it. No, stop it right there. I'm going to help you. And this, I'm going to break it down.
Because he's on my level.
No, stop it.
He's
Listen.
going to understand.
Listen. The reason why you wouldn't feel intimidated or insecure by a man that's taking on feminine traits is because you're not in competition with the man, and that's not what you look for from that man. You look for a protector, a provider, a man that's out there doing things. You don't look for a feminine man, you look for a masculine man. So why would you even feel intimidated? Just like the man, he's not feeling intimidated by the woman taking on masculine traits. He's looking for a feminine girl. He's just annoyed by it. Like, why are you trying to be a man? Be a woman. It's annoying. Just like you wouldn't feel insecure. You would feel annoyed. Like, bro, why are you so girly? Why are you so feminine? That wouldn't make you feel insecure. So it's the same way. Attraction isn't symmetrical. It's asymmetrical. So what you find attractive in a man, that doesn't mean a man find those same characteristic traits back in you attractive.
Listen.
So just like, time out real quick,
A man's
Jax.
gonna do his
I'm
play
going to
his
let you
part,
go in 2
period.
seconds. Just like you naturally you don't want a feminine man, right?
I want whatever's gonna play his part. Like I said, if you're
You just admitted
metrosexual,
that
hold
a
on.
dude,
If you're
if he's
metro,
being
do you know what
feminine-
metrosexual is? Do you know what a lot of people don't know what metrosexual is. A lot of men
just admitted
today
it
is
for dude.
metrosexual.
Go
A lot
ahead.
of metrosexual is when a man is 50-50. Is when a man wants to be, when they keep up with their style, when they keep up with things like that. There are a lot of people like that keep up with women and hold a relationship because they know how to come 50-50 with the woman. They want to look good with their women. They want to go shopping with their women. They want to do this. When you want to be the man all the time and do everything and
think
dominate a
relationships like that
woman
last?
all the time, it leaves no room for both of you to be whatever the word you want to say it, but it leaves no room for both of you to be that. It's only one does this and one does that. That's not equality. That's not power. That's not life. That's not none of that. It's not he does this and she does that. You do it together. So if he's a little femme, that's fine. You want to know why? Because it goes back to before. Because he came from a woman. So if you have motherly traits and fatherly traits, that's well needed. Why? Because I'm a woman that needs that fatherly trait, but yet I grew up with my mother. So I don't need a man who's going to sit around and tell me what to do all the time. I need a man who's going to tell me, hey, do you want to go and do this because I know you like to do that?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, well, one thing, when a woman takes on masculine traits, she's a broken woman. When a man takes on feminine traits, he's a broken man. So it's not about, you're looking for equal things. That's why y'all feminists is because you want everything to be so equal. Life doesn't work like that. It can't work that way. It's a social construct. So you were socially constructed to believe in this equalness.
Who told you
so,
that?
What are you talking about?
The Bible? Like,
No,
who told you that? Who told you
You're
that?
looking at it right now.
I'm feminist
stop it.
because I want my
listen.
man to play his part too.
No,
Like
listen.
that's
Stop.
disgusting.
I'm speaking and you just cut me off again. Listen, to understand and not listen to respond. When a woman takes on masculine traits, she's a broken woman. When a man takes on feminine traits, he's a broken man. A man is masculine. Now, when it comes to masculine and femininity, of course, that's like, energy, and it's also character traits behind it. Everyone has a degree of masculinity and I would say maybe some feminine traits in them, but it still has to be a good balance between the two of the traits. But I would say it's even when a masculine man normally doesn't have anything feminine about him. He's non-agreeable. He's assertive. He's dominant, and he has a backbone. He stands for something. Women that's feminine, those girls are very submissive. Those girls can follow a man lead. Those girls tend to be, peaceful, happy, and they are usually more agreeable. So that's a feminine woman, and the only reason why you took on masculine traits is because you've had a broken past. So let me explain. That's why I said that any woman that takes on masculine traits, she's a broken woman. Now, you just said something in the beginning of the podcast, and you said that, well, I'm not going to have a baby based off of dudes in my past hurting me. Well, guess what? The reason why those dudes, the dude.
I said that?
Yeah, you said that. That's
I
what
said
you
that because I was independent and I don't feel like every woman needs to have a baby. I never said that because somebody hurt me.
No,
I never said that.
I said, what are you talking about? We can rewind it back. I said, in the beginning of the podcast, you said that, well, in my past, I've really never kind of, I'm not really thinking about having a baby now and stuff like that. And I'm not even really thinking about it in the future because just, past situations I had, you said past situations and experiences that you've seen that other people in relationships had where it just ended bad. And then also your own past relationships, those ended bad. This is what you said. So here's what I'm saying. The reason why you adopted more masculine traits is because you experienced trauma. And the only way a woman can overcome their trauma is by adopting masculine traits. And when you adopt those masculine traits, pretty much is like this. When a woman it goes through trauma, she never overcomes it. She just gets more masculine, and that makes her broken because no one tends to want that woman. She becomes a more rash, obnoxious, and non-agreeable woman, and no man in his true nature, no masculine man, and even any man actually will be happy and satisfied with a woman like that. It's just not going to work because opposites attract. Here's what I'm saying. So you asked another question. You said, well, where did you get that mindset from? Like things aren't equal. And the proof is in the pudding. I have a XY chromosome and you have an XX chromosome. We're just not equal. Men, generally speaking, are taller, stronger, got more bone density. They're faster. They're just physically superior than a woman. And also, women are less emotional intelligent than men is because you can't regulate your emotions. So women like to make the argument that, women are actually more emotional intelligent. No, you only think that you're more emotional intelligent is because you experience more emotions. The emotional intelligent person is the one that can handle their emotions and act despite how they feel. So in all regards, men are superior than women. You can only have babies. But everything else, you're not superior than the man. You can't do anything better than the man, but make a copy of us.
Sorry.
Yeah, you need to take it down a little bit because women are just as capable of doing great things like men are.
No, I'm not talking. I didn't say that. I didn't say that a woman.
My father taught me to be independent. So if you think that everybody's broken from a bridge just because my parents wasn't married, that's another statistical
I didn't even
thing.
get into that
just
yet.
because my parents were married doesn't mean anything.
There.
My father taught me to be an independent woman and to not take no shit from nobody. So for you to think that just because I'm a woman that lets my emotion gets in front of me doesn't mean anything. My father taught me that. My father taught me what a man is going to say and what he's going to think and how he's going to do that. And you need to be independent because he's going to take control of you. So that's false.
I could already tell you one.
Women raise men. Let me just tell you that, and that's on period.
A woman can only raise a boy.
Women raise men.
A woman doesn't turn a boy into a man. The father turns a boy into a man by instilling integrity,
where they at?
Masculinity, and decisiveness into them. When I'm speaking, one mic at a time, right? I'll let you go and I speak. A woman cannot turn a boy into a man. She only can raise that boy into an adult. The father turns the boy and his son into a man by instilling certain traits into that boy, like masculinity, assertiveness, dominance, integrity. That's what the father instills into the son. Fathers instill into their daughter. A mom can't even turn her daughter into a lady. A mom can only turn her daughter into a woman. That's the furthest it goes. Women have chastity, and men instill chastity into a woman because men are the disciplinarians. Men instill integrity into sons because men are the disciplinarians. Women can't discipline anything. Kids actually don't even listen to their mom. When you got the mom and the father in the household, the mom tell them to do something. Daddy tell them one time, and that little nigga listen. So kids actually have a natural propensity just to listen to fathers more than they do to mothers, and that's just a fact. And
that's because babies like mothers nurture.
I feel like men can handle dating a boss bitch. Like I just really feel like men can't really handle dating a boss bitch. I feel like they love the idea of dating a boss ass bitch, but they can't handle it. Like I feel like it messes with their insecurities or something, and then they also feel like they cannot have their way when they dealing with a boss bitch, because a boss bitch, they're not gonna let niggas treat them and let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Then I said something, watch, mind you, right? Then I said this, I said, I know this guy that literally told me that there's a reason why he be dating 6 and 7 and 8s, because a 10 is not going to tolerate him doing what he feels like doing and having his way.
Now, here's the thing. I don't have an issue with a woman becoming the best version of herself, but I totally disagree with men that are trying to do likewise, become the best version of themselves, that there's any room of intimidation found in him, because he's out there, he's striving, he's trying to get his grind on, and he's trying to become, like I said, the best version of himself. So he doesn't even have time to even focus on what a woman is doing. Well, but at the same time, now if the couples want to become power couples, there should be a line drawn between a woman being feminine and a man being masculine. There should not be any kind of, how can I say it, ideal of two couples being having masculine traits, because you know why? Because if she's trying to absorb from him, what she'll try to do is that she'll try to be competitive. There's no even room for a relationship or being a power couple, because both parties are being competitive, which could cause the couples to clash. So at the same time, uh, if a man, if he knows his worth, he's not going to try to even have time to try to even feel even intimidated by women. Matter of fact, that man would applaud her if she's going out trying to get that bag, trying to become a best version of herself, or trying to achieve those goals and just elevate. Nothing wrong with that. But if you come into a presence of a man, young ladies, and you want a relationship, I mean, there should be some rules and guidelines that you just can't cross. Let's be realistic about it. And men, we are the superior version of males, because from a biblical standpoint, a lot of people don't disagree, because God made Adam first. God made man to become the providers, to raise the children, the men, and the women are supposed to become the nurturers. Now, a lot of women don't agree with that, because it's, well, a lot of what we could do, what the men can do. I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking it at all. But it's all about respecting the parties, respecting the roles too, as well. So it's like, in terms of that, men who know their worth would never, never be intimidated about a woman who makes more than he does, because, like I said, he's trying to have the exact same goals, the exact same aspirations, and he's trying to elevate himself. But guys and ladies, let me know what you think about this. Leave a comment below. Until then, guys, signing off. Your boy Jazz. Peace. Kreative TV.